right, we're going to talk about saving orbs and hoarding orbs. Well, in part, I think I need to show that I personally hoard orbs quite a bit. I get a lot of questions, and I actually don't necessarily recommend people hoarding orbs, but you can see that I do hoard orbs, and I'm going to explain why I do that and what is the purpose. And I'll start off by saying that I first started hoarding orbs in Marvel Strike Force because there was an orb opening event, and I did not have enough orbs for the event, and I believe I ended up having to whale. And ever since then, I was like, I better save some orbs just in case they have some sort of orb opening event. Now, it seems to be that these events happen twice a year, once in the summer and once in the winter. And I believe if last year this time we had one in the middle of December. And I wanted to direct you to a Tana video because recently he's been talking about that as well. Start saving orbs, orb milestones soon. Link to that video will be in the description where he talks about that. Actually, check out a bunch of videos on Tana's channel. It looks like he's got some that I haven't watched yet about X-Force and X-Men coming soon. But that being said, I don't know that they're going to be doing that again, but that is the initial reason why I started hoarding orbs. And I want to give two situations recently where hoarding has been good for me and that I'm glad that I did. Recently, I was hoarding quite a bit of resources here inside of the War Store, specifically this currency up here with 1100, and then Marvel Strike Force introduced a new Orange Gear War Orb 2, which has the special pieces, which we're calling the Mini 15s. And I was able to get a jump start on that because I had quite a bit of this currency saved up there. Also, I had saved up a lot of this currency, and I've been able to basically now, aside from SIF, pretty much exclusively farm these Mini 15s because I had saved up this currency. And I'm kind of doing the same thing with I'm saving. And I don't know that everybody should do that. And I'll explain when and why people should do it. I'm going to give two examples of orbs or situations where most people that are watching the video could be hoarding, and it's not going to negatively impact their progression because there's a risk. I'm saving up all this stuff, but I'm not moving my roster forward today. And that's why I don't recommend doing this for most players. But I'm going to show you a couple orbs that have little value to most people. And then I'll talk about why I'm personally doing it the way I'm doing. The first orb that I want to talk about, where I believe that most people should be saving rather than opening, is the ability orbs right here. These orbs have little to no value for most players, considering how, you don't get that many of them in game. And the reason why I say that is that, yes, there's a large number of people that are short on the T3 purple materials, but these orbs give very little of them anyways. You can see right here, left pillar, there's a small percent chance for a limited number of oranges, which are nice, but not enough to upgrade a character, let me tell you that. T2s, not that many people need that. And look at this, anywhere from 12 to 2 to 12. I mean, most of the time you're going to be getting 4 and 2 T3s per orb. These orbs, basically what I'm getting at. These orbs are trash. So I'm saving them for one of two reasons. I'm saving them for the first reason is that they might be useful if we ever have another orb opening event. And secondly, if this orb gets reworked to actually have something useful in it, then I'll get the benefit of that. Now, sometimes when Foxnex Scopely redoes orbs, they do it one of two ways. Sometimes they come out with a new orb, and let's say they call it Ability Orb 2, and then they usually give you a notification saying, hey, these orbs are going to be leaving, please open them now. Or they just rework the contents of the orbs. And that's what I'm hoping that'll happen with this Ability Orb, is that they will rework the contents of the orb, and then suddenly magically they'll have tons of T4s, or maybe if you're in shortage of T3s, it'll do. The other orb that I believe a lot of people can get away with not opening right now is the Blue Gear Raid Orb. Unless you have a shortage of blue gear, and if you're upgrading characters and you need blue gear, by all means open these. But I'm finding that I have an abundance of blue gear currently, so I save these, and these are going to be the primary orb that I open if there's a milestone event. And so I believe those 2 orbs are of high benefit to many people. Now, that's not the only reason to hoard orbs at all. The main reason to hoard orbs, in my opinion, is for red stars. Red stars have boosted drop rates on new characters. So right now you can see that we have a boosted drop rate on statue, and eventually statue's going to leave the red star orb, and then we'll have a boosted drop rate on the next character, which is going to be ghost. And so what I do is I usually set a targeted how many red stars do I want on this character? What would be nice to get on this character? A character that I don't have a lot of interest in, like She-Hulk, I'll say something like 3. A character that I have a medium amount of interest, I'll say like stature, like 4. And then a character that I have a higher degree of interest, let's say like Ghost, I might set at a 5. And basically I save my orbs, and when the new character comes out, I open them, and once I hit my target, I stop. And a lot of people, sometimes that's the first orb or the second orb or very early in the orbs. But I'm very, very disciplined in that, in saving them, because I want to save them for a good character. And this has allowed me, and I've been disciplined, and it's allowed me to stockpile them. So like Ghost is going to be coming around here eventually. I'm going to have at least 11 T4s, 3 T5 Elite 5s, and then perhaps even a single Elite 6 to get Ghost where I want it to be. And I got to tell you, there's a big difference between shooting for a 4 and shooting for a 5. It's a lot harder to get a 5, and there's a certain amount of randomness. Now, I do want to talk about why I save other orbs. And again, I gotta say, so far I believe the suggestions that I've given are helpful to most players, and you could say, hey, yeah, I can hold off of my red star orbs until I'm getting a character that I care about, and everybody can make their own decision. So red stars, ability orbs are not great, save them. Blue orbs, probably don't need them, so save them. Most other orbs, I believe that players get some sort of benefit from opening, and they should. And for example, premium orbs, I probably will consistently open these. There's a lot of characters in there I need. Minerva and Yo-Yo. So I don't save them. I open them because there's something in there that I might need. As I go down on the list here, I want to just show you gold orbs. The only reason why I save gold orbs is I open them as needed, of course. Whenever I need to do something, I will open them. But mostly I'm saving them for red star openings because I like to do something called seed theory. And seed theory may or may not be real. I'm not trying to get into that in this video, but there's a couple orbs that I like to use to do seed theory, and I don't need to open all of these today. If I did open all these today, yes, I'd have a lot of gold, but I don't need the gold right now. When I do need the gold, I do open them, but I could save them for my seed theory red star opening, or possibly I could save them until the milestone event. So saving them makes sense. Same thing here with training materials. Now, I don't use training materials for seed theory, but basically I open them as needed. So whenever I'm upgrading a character, for right now the Emma milestone event is, and if I need training modules, yeah, I just open them as needed, but it's not something I'm saving. Ability orbs, we talked about. Milestone orbs, I don't think people should be saving these if you're trying to get Spider-Man, symbiote Spider-Man. Now, in the past, I've saved up bulk amounts of these milestone orbs so that when I opened them, it would have enough mathematically to get what I wanted. Like, it takes nearly 100 of these milestone orbs basically is going to net me about a little less than 25, about 25 symbiote Spider-Man orbs. Now, I do need the other materials in here, the gold orbs. There's lots of other things in these orbs, and I need them. But I'm also saving this for seed theory. Now, they did say that they're not going to be updating these orbs. This is going to be the last version of this orb, and the new milestone orbs that come up are going to be called seasonal orbs, and so they're going to change. So there's really no reason for me to save these right now. I believe most people should just be opening these. Literally, I'm only saving these for Seed Theory for when Ghost comes out. I'm going to open up these, and I usually go into Seed Theory when I get a 10 drop on either Coulson or maybe Spider-Man. Right here, Blitz Orbs, I don't save because I need Domino. If I had Domino at 7 gold stars, I would be saving my Blitz Orbs. But I don't have her at 7 gold stars, so I open them. But if it was like my Raid Orbs, I have every single character that's available inside of the Raid Orbs, so I save them. Why? They might add another character, and they do that all the time. If they add a new character to the Raid store, I'll open up these 20 real quick. Maybe I'll get a handful of shards, and it's better than opening them today and them all being Ultimus food. These purple Catalyst Orbs, literally save them for new characters that are coming out. Or if I have a character that I need to take up through Gear 12 and I need a lot of these purple materials. So as needed, because I don't know if I'm going to need bio or tech. I believe right now we're going to be going into a huge tech crunch, so I'm saving them. But if you've got tons of characters to upgrade, there's no reason to do this. This is literally something I'm only doing because I'm pretty comfortable at the gear levels that I have currently. So this is kind of a whale thing right here. Same thing down here. Purple gear, orange elite gear. I don't need the gear right now because I've finished Dark Dimension 3. As soon as Dark Dimension 4 requirements are announced and I decide what my first handful of characters that I want to go into Dark Dimension 4 with, I will start upgrading them, and I'm going to run into deficiencies, and we're probably going to have to open up all of this stuff. I would prefer if I could save these as far out as the milestone event, but I have a feeling that I'm not going to be at level 80 by then, so there's really not a rush. I probably will hold on to these until at least after the middle of, till the end of the year, rather. And if I get all the characters up that I need to go to the next level for Dark Dimension 4, Dark Dimension 4 is probably going to be the catalyst that's going to push these. This is kind of important right here. What I do now, this is a suggestion for me. If you have every single arena store character, I would suggest hoarding these up until 20,000. I try to get this number up to 20,000. That way, if they release another character inside of the arena store, then I can draw this down. Now, at some point, I get a surplus of this, and then I will open the Kingpin's vault if I need training materials. I actually prefer to open these Kingpin orbs over the training materials. There's a ton of training materials in this, but that's really a very situational thing where, you know, I have all of the characters unlocked in the arena store. I have over 20,000 credits saved up for the next potential character. And then if I have a deficiency of training materials, I love opening. But these have tons of purples and tons of gold materials there. Now, War Store, I just want to say for me, there's a hierarchy of War Store characters, and I have all of the War Store characters unlocked except for X23. I believe Sif is probably the top pick for a lot of people. Carnage, X23, probably right behind Sif. And then from there, other very important characters would be Mr. Sinister and Pyro. And I would say very much so, do not buy anything in this store, with the exception of maybe these pieces. Now, when it comes to Mini 14s, there's a total of 15 of them available. And of the 15 of them available that are needed to take characters up to Gear Tier 14, 10 of them are currently available if you can complete Doom 1 and Doom 2. And I expect the last 5 to be available perhaps even as short as the next patch when Doom 3 is announced. So I've stopped spending any War Store currency on anything other than the Mini 15s, which is right here, or something really rare like Alien Spores. We just need Alien Spores constantly. Certain uniques, you know, I call them the 13 uniques, or X23. And the same thing is true here with this. I farmed some of these. I need to go look. I just know I barely have any of these, and this actually might even save me time. But I'm basically going here and buying the select pieces that cost 72 and 50s, depending on where my inventory levels are. And that's it. I'm not spending gold on any of this other stuff down here. Very rarely am I spending gold on purple or gold gear. other than the mini uniques. So it's just, this is something that works for me, and I just want to double down on this idea. I don't suggest hoarding things if you have an immediate benefit from opening them and it'll advance your roster. However, if you're in a situation where opening this blue gear won't help your roster at all because you have enough blue gear, then why open it? And at some point that'll happen to other things. Maybe that'll happen with your purple gear. Maybe that'll happen with your orange gear. Because I've finished Dark Dimension 3. So at the short, if it doesn't advance your roster, what's the upside of opening it when you can save it? The upside to saving it is one of two things. They rework the orbs so they have better contents in it, or we get some sort of milestone orb opening event, hopefully in the middle of December. And I'm not sure if that's what Tana is projecting in his video. I'll leave a link to Tana's video. Check out that. Usually Tana has some, I didn't watch the video yet, but he usually has specific suggestions. And if I were to guess, it's going to be sometime in December. All right. Well, now it's time for the giveaway. I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you'll be getting for free in your account an 8-star King Poomer. I don't know. Look at those hands. Look at those hands. Man, that guy's got bigger hands than I do. My goodness. You know what they say about big hands? I don't know. Big gloves? I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye.